Welcome to this year's Home Science magazine. Introduction. West Bengal has a repertoire of textiles in a variety of designs and manufactured by different techniques. The textile heritage of Bengal has many chapters, many tales about singularity in diversity. Some of the most beautiful textiles of West Bengal have been chosen from this blog, keeping in mind the uniqueness of the weaves, texture and quality. And I hope that Bengal's fabrics, spun and woven by hand, would soon be on the shop shelves nationwide. Now we come to the cotton textiles of Bengal. Jamdani is a part of Bengal textile heritage. Interesting point is that Jam means flower and Dani means was, so you can expect floral motifs. Basically, Jamdani is a dress material, though these days we come across it in the form of a sari, whether it is created in a simple frame or pit looms. For traditional Jamdani weaving, an elementary pit loom is used and the work is carried out by a weaver and his apprentice, who use fine needle-like spindles to conjure magic with weft work that can rival the most intricate embroidery. During the process of weaving, a paper pattern is kept beneath to act as a trace to transfer the design. There is a key difference in the weaving technique between Jamdani and Tangail. The embroidery thread in Jamdani is inserted after every ground pick, whereas in Tangail the embroidery thread is inserted after 2 ground picks. The main characteristics of Tangail is the booties, which means tiny motifs all over. Traditionally, Jamdani is woven in white with bleached white geometrical designs. Sadly, as an industry, Jamdani production is on the decline and highly skilled weavers are finding it difficult to keep the tradition of their forefathers alive. While the quality of the sari has to be maintained to ensure appreciation, there must be an effort to promote the beautiful traditional, literally meaning blue as the sky, is a legendary indigo dyed cotton handloom sari. Like a midnight blue sky is offset by the moon. Similarly, a Nilambari sari is offset with a silver zari border. The pallu is adorned with the stripes of different thicknesses called zazon shoi and complements the border. Very fine hand-spun yarn of 250 to 300 count is used for weaving and results in a fine texture. Shantipur specializes in weaving fine textured saris and dhotis. While coarser ones are meant for everyday wear, it is still being produced in the traditional method today, and one can see patterns and colors found in ancient times reflected in the garments produced in the vast textile belt of Shantipur, which is the hub where fine textured saris with a uniform weave of 100 to 112 counts in the wrap and the weft are produced. When the decoration is the same on both sides of the cloth, it is called do rukha or double-sided designs. The borders could be either dyed cotton silk or art silk or viscous yarns or zari work. The background has fine delicate checks, stripes or a texture created by colored threads or a combination of fine or thicker yarn. The pallu of the sari has booties or jamdani designs, beautifully arranged with stripes or different widths. Some tie and dye designs are also being used on the achals of Shantipur saris. Dhanekhali. The Dhanekhali district of Hooghly specializes in making saris in pastel shades. Begumpur has deeper and brighter hues. Earlier it was famous for dhotis, but as demand lessened, the weavers stitched over to saris. The material is a bit coarse and heavier than other textiles for Bengal, but suits all budgets and is popular. Now we come across the silk textiles of Bengal. The cultivation of mulberry silk and its weaving is carried out in the plains of West Bengal. The other districts where silk yarn is made for Murshidabad, Birbhum, Bankura, Malda and Purulia districts. The district of Malda on the north bank of the Ganga is one of the most important centers for silk rearing in West Bengal. Baluchar is an elaborately woven brocade known to have been made during 1850 to 1900. In the village surrounding Baluchar, Murshidabad district, it is popular because of its artistic and unique designs. Tapestry material is made from Baluchar silks, which were originally used by Nawabs and Muslim aristocrats of the Murshidabad district, while Hindu noblemen used raw silk. Baluchari saris have a white pallu with a panel of mango or paisley motifs at the center, surrounded by small rectangulars depicting different scenes. The borders were narrow with floral and foliage motifs, and the fall was covered with small floral designs in the bright colors. Another familiar motif was diagonal booties. The unique feature is the combination of animal and bird motifs with floral and paisley motifs and motif depicting hunters on horses and elephants and scenes from the Nawab's court. The silk yarn used for baluchar saris twisted and had a soft, heavy texture. Limited ground colors were used. Cowdill. Murshidabad is famous for its cowdill saris made of fine mulberry silk with flat, deep red maroon borders made with 3 shuttles and laced with fine serrated design in gold zari. The fine gold lines are supposed to represent the fine trail left on its path by a live cowrie mollusk, thus giving the name cowdill. Murshidabad silks are also popular for hand-printed designs. Calcutta and Sri Rampur in the Hooghly district are the main textile hand-printing centers in the West Bengal. Vishnupuri traditional silk sari weaving is also done at Vishnupur in the Bankura district, which bears similarity with the Kakati designs of Orissa. In the districts of Bankura, Birbhum, Purulia, Murshidabad and Malda, the weavers make plain silk fabrics in rich and varied textures like tusar and mulberry silk. Now we come to the section of embroidery, which involves Kantha. From rags to beautiful embroidered reaches, the Sanskrit word kotha means rags. One legend links their origin to Lord Buddha and his disciples, who used to cover themselves with garments made from discarded rags that were patched and sewn together. Rags displayed an Indian shrines or tied to trees' limbs symbolizes prayers and words of the evil eye. The oldest existing example of Kantha date from early 1800s. They are embroidered with blue, black and red thread. There are 7 different types of Kantha. Number 1, lep Kantha, which are rectangular wraps heavily padded to make warm coverlets. The entire piece would be stitched in wavy ripple designs, over which simple embroidery was executed. Number 2, Sujani Kantha are rectangular pieces of cloth used as blankets on spreads on ceremonial occasions. Boyton Kantha are square wraps used for covering books and other valuables. They are elaborately patterned with borders of several rows of colorful designs. Number 4, Oar Kantha are rectangular pillow covers in simple designs with a decorative border sewn around the edges. Number 5, Archlita Kantha are small rectangular covers for mirrors or toilet accessories with white colorful borders in assorted motifs. Number 6, Durjani or Thalia Kantha are small rectangular with a central lotus design and embroidered borders. 3 corners of the rectangle are folded inward to form a wallet. Number 7, Rumal Kantha are used as absorbent wipes or plate coverings. They also feature a central lotus with ornamented borders. Dorokha or the double-sided Kantha that has either an identical pattern or sometimes a different pattern at the back of the embroidery, so it is true reverse embroidery. The fabrics of Bengal not only represent the region's craftsmanship but also reflect its cultural, historical and socio-economic narratives. The intricate techniques and designs make these textiles precise treasures in the world of traditional Indian textiles. Certainly, here is a more detailed exploration of the fabrics of Bengal. First is Jamdani. Its origin is from Dhaka, Bangladesh and other parts of West Bengal, India. Its characteristics are its hand-woven fabric with fine motifs, often floral or geometric. It is known for its transparency, lightness, and intricate designs. Its production is by skilled workers who use a discontinuous weft technique to create the elaborate patterns. Designs are often inspired by nature, mythology, and traditional art. Second is muslin. Its origin is historically produced by Dhaka, renowned as woven air. Its characteristics are extremely fine cotton fabric with a soft texture. Traditionally hand woven, it is favored for its breathability and luxurious feel. Its historical significance is Bengal muslin was a prized commodity in international trade, sought after for its quality and craftsmanship. Third is Tat saris. Its material is of cotton. The characteristics are it is lightweight and comfortable for warm climates. Tat saris are characterized by vibrant colors, artistic borders, and often feature motifs inspired by nature and folklore. Its craftsmanship are hand-woven on traditional looms by skilled artisans, reflecting the cultural diversity of Bengal. Fourth is the Baluchari saris. Its origin is from Murshidabad, West Bengal. The material is of silk and the designs are elaborate depictions of mythological scenes on the pallu, showcasing detailed weaving. The stories often revolved around epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Fifth is Dhakai Jamdani. Its variation of Jamdani is originating from Dhaka. It incorporates the complex weaving techniques of Jamdani with its own unique characteristics. The patterns of Dhakai Jamdani often features bold and vibrant patterns, reflecting the cultural aesthetics of the region. Sixth is Kantha stitch. The technique is embroidery style involving simple running stitches. The application is seen on saris, dupattas and quilts. The stitches form beautiful patterns and often tell stories through motifs. Now, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our managing trustee, Mrs. S. E. Broughton, our chairman, Sir Mr. J. G. Broughton, our respected principal, Sir Mr. Bobby Baxter, our respected vice principal, Sir Mr. Shayantan Mukherjee, our teacher in charge, Mr. Lionel Jennings, our junior school coordinator, Mrs. Cheryl and they, our senior school's home science teachers, Mrs. Otoshi Sarkar and Mrs. Nobonita Chakraborty, for extending your support and constant motivation for making this video a successful one. I would also be grateful to the home science students Tanishka Tiwari and Shatarupa Majumdar of class 11C for helping in making this video.